Hello students, welcome to the session of Civil Engineering, Societal and Global Impacts. Till now we have discussed all related to the built environment, the methodologies which we are using for the temperature control, the methodology for the climate control, how is the passive and active temperature control can be done, what is the sound acoustic planning can be done for the construction sites. Now let's discuss about the security management in the construction site of the residential or commercial. Let's see what are the intelligent buildings, what are the conservation of heritage, why it is required. So let's see in detail. Now first of all let us discuss about the smart system, that is the security system and the intelligent buildings which are very much into the existence right now in the trends. Now we all know that CCTV camera, alarm transfer systems, door and phone gates, time tracking, UPS systems, visitor management system, PA, audio events, everything can be done in each and every residential or commercial sites, right? In the residential building, you have seen there are very much technologies coming up. You have the camera calling, you have the phone gates calling, you have the My Gate application right now coming up. Anybody is entering at any time. If you press yes, then only person can enter into it. These all are the automated systems right now coming up. Now the definition of intelligent building. An intelligent building maximizes the comfort and productivity of its occupant and allows building manager to manage the resources effectively with minimal lifetime cost. Right? It is automation is a system that allows for automatic and centralized control of the building energy system. Right? An automate or computerized building centrally controlled and managed, lifetime cost effectiveness, energy efficiency, ability to sense and react the environment, right? So these are the security and intelligence smart buildings which are right now coming up. So let's see and discuss what it is and how it is important. You have heard that new schemes which are coming up has many of the smart and intelligent things towards it. Not the smart and intelligent things just is been said, but it is a lifetime cost effectiveness. Now the concept of intelligent building design and building management system. Energy efficiency is the major question which is extensively used. Building automation system, energy management and control system, central control monitoring system and facility management system. This all can be done with the help of all the concept of intelligent designs. Lifetime safety is also been required to minimizing the cost, which is the high technology, and maximize the performance of fire alarm. Telecommunication system, which is the cable vision, video, text, and electronic mails, which are the major. Right now, I'm saying that all the buildings and the residing residential sites have their own applications, have their own camera visions, which can be seen and can be smart thing which can be used on their phones, right? Next is workplace automation. What is workplace automation? It consists of use of high-tech office automation system to render the operation of a company more efficient, reduce cost to tenants by virtue of equipment being shared. So these are the intelligent building design and building management system which are very much into the use and should be properly maintained. Next, you can see smart system benefits of the building of installing smart system. Building automation is a major question, right? HVAC temperature control, right? Next is fire functionality. HVAC temperature control, we have already discussed that the heating, ventilation, air cooling system, how it can be made. So climate control and temperature control can be done. Energy and operational saving, higher profit, centralized control over mechanical equipments, generate and transmit alarm, market differentiation, AV and digital signage, plumbing and irrigation. So all facilities should be properly provided, and at a time a person or the owner should not reside that without the facilities. That is all been considered in smart buildings. You can see here there are many of the systems and the benefits I have mentioned here. So it is very much useful. Security door and BRI integrations mean the automation is integrated with the system. So these are all you have to remember, that which are the smart building system and benefits of the building. Next is aesthetic of built environment. So a glass building can mean transparency and honesty. Opaque building means privacy and concealment, right? The selection of specific form convey the meaning to us. Aesthetic means the usual elevation appearance of a building. What should be the elevation of building? How it can be done? What it can be useful? What is the impact of it? Now let's discuss the key element activities of aesthetic building, that is mass and space, proportion, symmetry, balance, pattern, contrast, massing, unity and rhythm. These are the things which is related in the form of many things that building should have a good impact when a person enters towards it. If it is giving the aesthetic view a proper view, if it is giving a good feel when person enters towards it, it should be having all the proper element related to it, then only the building is called as successful with the aesthetic view and all the parameters related to the building. Now, mass and space is the form of satisfying and harmonious. People right now are much more into the environmental friendly garden space, open space should be properly been maintained where they buy a flat or residing residential home. Proportion to describe the relationship between two things, different size and space. Symmetry is a reflection of shared form, shape, angles, cross. Balance, visual balance between design and its occurrence around vertical axis. Contrast, decoration, massing is referred to the perception of general shape, form as well as elements. However you are designing the building, what is the architectural design? The aesthetic elevation should be such that people attract towards it and it gives a good parameter to have that space actually. So this is always been related to the architectural point of view. But yes, how is the elevation will be the production and will be the attraction towards the people who are gaining that things, who are buying that things. The other topic is conservation, repair and rehabilitation of structure, which is the major question, which are the major projects of government right now coming up. Rehabilitation is restoring structure to its original condition, process of repairing or modifying a structure desired useful condition. Repair is to bring back architectural shape. Look at the difference of all the definition, which is very important to understand. Restoration, it is restituting of the strength of the building before the damage occur, and retrofitting is the seismic strength existing damage in undamaged building, improving its original strength. So rehabilitation is the regaining of original condition. Repair is to bring the architectural shape of the building. Restoration is restitute to the strength of the building. And retrofitting is seismic strengthening of existing damaged and undamaged building improvement. Now there are many conservation management methodologies. Repair, rehabilitation and conservation is the important thing for the heritage structure and even for the buildings of governor bodies, because that are the ones which should be reside to the years and years. So these are the terminologies in the field of construction is being used. So first of all, evaluation is done proper to evaluate current condition of structure, review of record, maintenance and record. Relating observation and cause, selecting methods and materials. That what are the materials and methods to be used? Yes, you might have heard of the underpinning system. You might have heard of the floating system. These are the things which are there to give the strength of the building to the existing buildings, right? So basically, we do the survey. We do the analysis in the proportion level of first, second, and third planned, and then we do the survey of the measuring, and accordingly we do the construction, repair, reserve, rehabilitation. What is actually required. You might have heard right now the major projects of government are of not constructing the new buildings but restoring the old buildings which are already been constructed, right? So this is how is the terminology is being used. Preparation of drawing and specification to prepare the object, project drawings and specification, effective repair and specification should be clear, concise, state the scope of work, material requirement and etc. So this is how whole of the structure been rehabilitated, repaired, restored and retrofitted. So this is very much required in these days, because any structure whose age is more than 50 years requires the repairing work and rehabilitation work and retrofitting towards it, right? Because no structure is having the lifetime span that does not happen any damage to it. Strength day by day it decreases, and that is why we need to require to do the retrofitting of it, even the repair, right? So this is all are the concept which are related towards it. So repair and rehabilitation is the important thing. Retrofitting has many major things right now coming up in the retrofitting concept. The giant structures, the building, bridges which are over the river, under the river, the foundation is under the river, right, in the river, that should be required the retrofitting actually, because it has been done with the many technologies and that requires the retrofitting, because might strength decreases and we need to give the strength to the foundation actually, right? Because the foundations are residing in the water and it requires a repair towards that. Next is rehabilitation is the structure which is demolished in half a way and we need to bring it to its original condition. That is known as rehabilitation actually. So many of the our ancient structures, heritage structures are actually half the way gone and half the way we have conserved it. So with the rehabilitation we can have that. There are many other tools which are coming up. You might have heard of the LiDAR survey, you might have heard of the SketchUp models which restore your original form of that model actually. If you do the survey with the LiDAR, it is very costly, but once the LiDAR survey has been done, the actual size and the model can be prepared of the heritage structure which is to be rehabilitated actually. Right? Repair is bringing back to the architectural shape and design if it is demolished, and retrofitting is giving the strength to the foundations actually. So this is how it all affects to our construction field. Conservation of heritage structure is actually a major question. Heritage is deemed to mean those buildings, artifacts, structures which are very important for our city and which gains an importance to our city. Importance of heritage structure, it provides character and identity to our city. Historian Indian ruler is embodied in the heritage structures, has high spiritual, social and economical value, improves aesthetic of area. Factors affecting deterioration of heritage structure, that is natural factors, moisture, temperature, flood, biological factor, vibration, solar radiations and etc. Now, what are the tactics for the conservation of heritage structure? Let's see that in detail. Planning stage, actual repair stage, which carries out the survey, analysis, physical and oral documentary evidence which are required actually. Because when you do the conservation of heritage structure, it should be properly being done in the stage-wise process. Documenting evidence and decisions should be recorded. Alkaline can be used for acid-sensitive masonry as such as limestone, marble, and glazed. Now, if you take an example here of the Taj Mahal, you all know that every year it is been repaired. Repaired in the sense it is been rehabilitated. The original structure is been maintained. How it can be done? The cleaning process is can be done. So before every year or every 2 years, the heritage structure is conserved. They make a plan towards it. That is the planning stage and the actual repair stage, right? So deciding towards that, they will do how is the conservation of heritage structure is being required. Because heritage structure, you all know that if we talk only the city of Ahmedabad right now, it has been awarded with the heritage award. So it is in heritage city, called as a heritage city, and we need to conserve all the heritage structures because it will gain the importance towards it. Now, I would like to draw your attention towards the example of Statue of Unity of the Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. You all know that it is almost 182-meter high tall structure made up of steel construction, right? Now, it should be the symbol of our country, of our city, and even in the world record, it is there that it is the human structure, which is called a structure, which is been 182 meters, which is the world's highest and tallest structure, right? Human structure. Now, what is the functionality being done technically towards it? If anybody have gone through the history of the construction towards that, even I have said during the module 2 when we were discussing a Statue of Unity, in that they have used the steel structure, the material of steel in such a way that till 100 years the structure will stand accordingly. After 100 years the property of colors of the steel will be changing. After 200 to 300 years again it will be changing, and for the 1000 years it is been predicted that it will be the same as it is standing, and the color of the structure will be changing according to time, because we cannot clean that structure actually, but it is built in such a way that in any condition, in any weather condition, it will be withstanding with such a impact only. So conservation of heritage structure is very much important, especially for the Indian countries, for the foreign countries also, for the British countries also, because they also have a very good heritage structures. So these are the technologies and methodologies right now coming up, and we need to do the conservation of heritage structure. You have heard of the Julta Minara, Jama Masjid if we talk, Adalajni Vav if we talk about. You all know that these are the heritage structures which are conserved actually, right? So it is all been required. You have seen the pyramids of Egypt, the mummies which we call, right? So what all that are doing actually? That is the 1000 2000 years old, and right now also we are conserving that things, right? Because there is a symbol of heritage structure and we need to have the importance of it. Great Wall of China even is the good example, right? So these are the things which are coming up right now, and we are much more going towards it to make it have a good heritage structure, which is the built form, which is the very special types of heritage structures which are constructed 1,000 years before. And we are using right now so much of technologies, but we cannot implement that concept which was during the Indian rulers it was constructed, during the British rulers it was constructed, right? So this is just a symbol and example that it is a major constructions done in our country or throughout the world where the heritage structures have been made. So this is how it moves on with the built environment. Thank you. Here I would like to say students only that think differently and think innovative, because more the more innovation you are bringing towards the field of this, more and more new technologies will be evolving and more opportunities are coming up, right? So these modules completely say us that what is the recent trends of construction going on, what is all people right now required for the construction, what can be done in near future, what are the softwares coming up of handling. Now in every society or any every residential building there is a people who do the facility management whole with handling in the software only, and that software in house is built by a civil engineer only, which is known as the technology again. So you need to know about the new things which are coming up in the construction field. What are the automation? We talk about the artificial intelligence. We only see that we cannot do that, but actually artificial intelligence is much more into the construction and infrastructure field actually. The examples which you have seen, the examples which I have already given to you. So these are the things which are coming up. So built environment is a very good module to understand the current condition and the present condition. I would like to give you an here example. If I say a person to buy a flat, for example, this is just an example, to buy in a walled city that is called as a Maninagar area, and if I tell him to buy a city in the SP Ring Road, what will be preferred by the person? If he is comfortable with the money price and everything, economically satisfied by him, he would be going to arrange and have an investment towards the SP Ring Road side, right? Because there is an open space, fresh air quality is good, no congestion, no other adjacency problem of any traffic transportation, right? So this is how it is being planned and managed, and doing that also we require all the intelligent building facilities and the security and smart system, and that is why building is called as a smart system. Thank you.